Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business, and let's wake up the football gods this morning. Wake up. It gets hard in the morning to figure out what's going on, what to do, how to react, and how to be present. Today I see on Instagram and on Twitter that it's social media blackout day. So they're saying today we should go dark in social media. You know, it's funny because it's not funny, it's actually sad. You thought, or every day you think, okay, this is it. It's done. It's over with. It can't get any crazier. You know, when I came back from Deep Creek and schools were being closed and the sports leagues were all shutting down and businesses were closing. We were staying at home. Clearly, this is a moment. This will pass. This won't be so bad. And then you start hearing, 5,000, 10,000, and now over 105,000 people dead. And you're like, okay, all right, that's it. Okay, this is the worst of it. It's going to be, this will pass. And then we have George Floyd, among many others, just kind of right after each other, just getting killed on the streets. And then that's tragic enough. And then the protests and the looting and the fighting and the police, everything. It's just like, and now I can't believe that I'm looking at military vehicles in front of my daughter's building. Helicopters hovering in D.C. trying to disperse crowd. Military helicopters. Explosions being heard in Philadelphia. And as I did my show last night, my live stream, people were saying, or some people, very few, were saying, stick to football, stick to sports. And it's kind of hard to just stick to just sports when everything around you is just upside down. I weep for our country. I'm scared about democracy. I'm scared for everybody that's out there. We are in uncharted territory. I've seen protests before. I've seen riots before, but never like this. And it seems like we have people that are just ready and itching for a fight. You know, it's amazing because no matter what you do, people aren't going to be satisfied. I had a person last night because I jokingly talked about with Jabba the Hutt being fired, Jason Whitlock, that, hey, maybe Fox Sports will hire me. And instead of everything being the narrative of Dak Prescott is not worth the money, that Dak Prescott is not a good quarterback, that the Cowboys should rescind the offer, because that's what all the shows are on ESPN and Fox Sports. That's the narrative that's always out there. Trash Dak. That's the go-to. And I said, hey, maybe this would be groundbreaking. We put the other point of view up. I'll take Jason Whitlock's spot. And instead of being a Dak Prescott hating channel, I will be a Dak Prescott channel that shows the good stuff about Dak Prescott. The reasons why you pay Dak Prescott, the reason why the Cowboys are blessed to have a fourth-round drafted quarterback when they wanted a Paxton Lynch or a Connor Cook or a Johnny Manziel, that they got that guy, because that wasn't the guy they originally wanted, but they got a guy who was fantastic, that I should be the host of that show. And I said, you know what, we can go through and do the reverse to Carson Wentz. We could talk about Carson Wentz and say, hey, he's got more fumbles than anybody else over the last 4 years. That Carson Wentz hasn't actually really played more than a quarter of a football playoff game. That Carson Wentz had a great stretch of 12 games, but only 2 of the teams that he played were playoff teams that he beat. So we could set a narrative. And lo and behold, I have somebody who said, oh, I thought you were anti-ESPN. I liked what you used to do, working on your man cave, working in your workshop. I can no longer watch you because you are now ESPN. What? What? Really? The way my quarterback gets trashed all the time, I talk a little bit of truth. I didn't make shit up. He is leading the NFL in fumbles over the last 4 years. He was second in the NFL last year as well. Everything I said is the truth. And you're going to say, I'm not going to watch you anymore because you're now becoming like the people, like Fox and all those. It's like, oh, give me a break. And it reminds me of what Linda Cohn said, I think 2 days ago. She said, if people are unfollowing you because of what you may be posting in this time of crisis, then you probably didn't need them anyway. So, in other words, you be you. And that's all I'm ever going to be. So, we're going to talk about a little bit of football here as well. But be safe out. It doesn't matter if you are protesting peacefully, watch your ass. And those who are out there causing mayhem just because you look at it as an opportunity, I hope they get your ass. I hope they lock your ass up. Those who are out there instigating and agitating, I hope they get your ass. Because that's not what this is about. It's not about getting free shit. It's not about an opportunity for me to go bust some skulls. So Mike Fisher was talking with Troy Aikman, or at least wrote a story about Troy Aikman, where he was talking about the friends that Dak Prescott has in the locker room. And I kind of talked about this a while ago, too. I said, listen, for all those out there just saying, like, Cowboys should just say, screw Dak. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but if you say, screw Dak, we're going to rescind the offer, and we're just going to play Andy Dalton. I said, when you think about somebody like Amari Cooper, who could have got more money going to the Washington Redskins, which now has a real coach in Ron Rivera, and a new attitude and stuff, and more money, he turned down more money to come back to the Dallas Cowboys. When you look at the relationship of, Zeke Elliott throwing M&Ms at Dak Prescott, when you understand the relationship that the team has and the dynamics with Dak Prescott, where they believe him, where they've got a bunker mentality and they know it ain't over till the whistle blows with Dak Prescott, that if the Cowboys were to screw him, I'm not going to say that the Cowboy players wouldn't go out and play, but you got to think that there would be some animosity, more animosity in that locker room against the organization because the players view him as leader. That's what I said a while ago. Nothing against Andy Dalton, but you're the new guy here. Dak's been the one that's been going through all this shit with us. That's the guy I have a relationship with. And so this is what Mike Fisher was saying today. That kind of Troy Aikman is spending time with his family in Southern California and recently bumped into linebacker Sean Lee. At some point, the conversation naturally turned to Dak Prescott, you think? So Troy said, is there something I'm missing about this guy? Aikman asked Lee, trying to get to the bottom line of why pay the man is such a controversial hot button topic, because I love him. That's Troy Aikman says. I love him. I think he's the guy. Even though before he said that accuracy is something you're born with and you either got it or you don't. Lee's answer was a thumbs up in every way. The veteran linebacker details for Aikman the quarterback's unselfishness and his desire to win. Sean is a huge fan as well, and everybody in that locker room is, said Aikman to Prescott. I love Dak Prescott. I love everything about him. I think he's a very unselfish player. I wouldn't say that about everybody, and he wants only to win. He truly doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to win. He's a leader, and his teammates love him. Interesting. All which is why Aikman, a Hall of Famer in Dallas and three-time Super Bowl winner, now entering its 20th season with Fox Sports, thinks the controversial headlines are unmerited. I've been surprised that there has been so much discussion about his contract. It's not like he's not going to be playing for the Cowboys in 2020. Whether he's franchised or has a deal, he's going to be here playing and eventually gets a deal done. So it's not high on my list of things I look at the league and what's happening with the other 31 teams. It does seem to, however, that Sean Lee getting his deal done is high on the list of things the Cowboys teammates are in tune with. So this whole thing of hearing from the ESPNs and Spot Sports and, from the skips, and the cow turds of saying that if he gets paid, the players are going to be jealous. They're going to be going, he doesn't deserve it. That doesn't happen. Every NFL player I talk to says, you get yours. You get yours, I'm going to go out and get mine. Your money got nothing to do with my money. And your money and my money got nothing to do with what the team has. I do my job. I put in my work. I produce. I get paid. And one final note here. Understand, I'm trying to remember who it was that said this. Oh, it was Darren Woodson was saying, understand, the other quarterbacks out there aren't looking and saying, oh my God, Dak, you can't get paid that. No. It's like Tiger Woods. People may not have liked playing against Tiger Woods. They may not have liked Tiger Woods, but they realize that Tiger Woods is making more money and opportunity for me too, because he's raising the bar. He's bringing in more money for the rest of us. So I may not be able to beat that guy, but you know what? If I come in second, I'm making a whole lot more money because of that guy. And as NFL players and the NFLPA looks at it, the last thing any player wants is for Dak to say, oh, you know what? I'm going to take a team-friendly deal and take less money, because that hurts the next guy. Kirk Cousins is probably saying, hey, Dak, get 40, because in 2 more years when they're going to have to redo my contract, that means I'm going to get more. So understand, it's not like if Dak gets 35 a year, which consequently with the amount of money going up is actually less than Russell Wilson's percentage-wise. Understand that that's not going to be the last contract, and that's going to be the very highest contract forever. It's not. Because somebody else will get paid more and more and more. Because Troy Aikman at one time was the highest paid player in the NFL when he signed, I think, a $10 million contract. Go figure. All right, y'all. I got work to do in the workshop, and I'm going to try and leave us with this.